You see, with regards to the law, the law that he has made, we have to reason with him, talk to him. I says, you Americans and you British, you have legalized sodomy. Men to men, legalized. Lesbians, legalized. Polygamy, which is the most natural, you put the man in jail. If a man begets a dozen illegitimate children every year, he's a stud. He's a great guy. But he can beget a dozen bastard children, and if the state pays for it, he's okay. So I said, there's something wrong with your thinking. And every American I'm talking to, he agrees with me. I said, there's something wrong with your thinking. You got to brainwash them. You fools, you allow 300,000 sodomites to gather in San Francisco, legal. Led by lesbians, legal. 1/3 of your New York gays, legal. And if a woman, 1 million women can't get husbands, and if she is prepared to share a husband with another woman, you want to put them in jail. There's something wrong with your mentality. And he agrees. I saw a program when I was in Canada, beamed from somewhere near Buffalo or Chicago, which I saw. And I saw on that program on polygamy, on your TV, beamed from America. There was a Mormon, ex-Mormon. He was excommunicated because he had more than one wife. But he had 8 wives, and they were all with him on the stage. And he said, they're all happy. See, don't register, but he's got 8 wives. All happy, he says. And he said, all of them, not one of them was married before. Not one of them was married before. Then there was a middle-aged woman in the audience, a little plumpy. She says, what about me? He says, you too, madam, send me your address, I'll contact you. Look, you see, they are programmed that way, brainwashed. You got to reprogram them. With regards to your suggestion that you must do, must be absolutely just, justice that is demanded by Allah is this, that you deal fairly with them. If you buy a Volkswagen Beetle for this one, you buy one for that one. If you have a flat costing $500 a month, the other one also should be given something equivalent to that. In the material aspects of life, you are just. In your affections, no man can be. And Allah is not demanding from you something which you can't do. You, if you have twin children, they are both yours, they look identical. But between the two, one of them you love more than the other. Why? Will Allah question you about that? No. But if you bought an ice cream, 1 dime's worth here, and you bought $1 worth here, Allah will question you. You see? That He'll question you. So why did you buy for a dime here and a buck there, $1 there? That He will question you. But this is something happens, you feel more towards one and then the other. But in the material aspect, if you spend 1 week with this one, you speak 1 week with the other. If you spend 1 day with this one, you spend 1 day with the other. In that, Allah will question you. But He won't question you what was going through your heart. See? Because over that you have no control. No man has control. Our Nabi Kareem sallallahu alaihi wasallam, if you remember, if you read his life, his biography, you find that towards his last days, he had to be carried on a stretcher, from one Ummul Mumineen's house to another. And as he is being carried, when he says, when is Aisha's turn? When will I be in Aisha's house? Next day, carried to another house. Say, when will I be in Aisha's house? So the other Ummul Mumineen, the mothers of the faithful, they realize that, look, he's got yearning for her. We forego our rights. Even while dying, he was fulfilling his obligations. That you do. That Allah will question you. Say, now did you? He says, yes, I tried my best, my Lord. Good enough. Affection, he has for Aisha. Allah won't question you. Why did you have that feeling for Aisha and you didn't have for the other women that much? No, that is not questionable. And this is the solution to the problems. And you also solve your problems. I'm telling the Arabs, before coming, I came through the Arab countries and I was telling them, I said, look, there are 7.8 million women who can't get husbands in America. 1 million in New York alone. I said, you fools, you're running to Beirut and running to Bombay and running to London and to Paris. I said, go to New York and solve the problem and solve your problem. Your countries are vast, empty.